Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, I believe, is focusing in on the one thing most likely to destroy MAGA in the 2026 election, and if they're not careful, in the 2028 election, and potentially for good. AOC has found the biggest weakness for Trump and for MAGA. It coincides very much with something I've been talking about. So I'm going to play a video for you here. This is Congresswoman AOC speaking to our friend Scott McFarlane from Midas. And here she is with an assessment of what is taking place right now. I think this is excellent messaging going into the election. Take a listen.
Ma'am, what do you think your constituents think about these vanity projects Trump's undertaking in D.C., from the Kennedy Center to the arches and ponds?
Yeah, I think people think that this is, that the reflecting pool and the ballroom and all of these things are almost like a joke. But the reality is that for my constituents who are being kicked off of food assistance, who in New York State, our essential plan that covers people at the bottom rung of income availability to get health care, the entire essential plan in the state of New York is being eliminated. Healthcare plans across the country are being eliminated or completely changed in order to accommodate a $1 trillion cut in our healthcare system. So when people see a ballroom and they see at the same time their health insurance getting cut off, they know that they are paying for that ballroom with no health care, higher grocery prices, and increasingly impossible to afford housing. And so I think people are pissed off about it, and they should be. It's wrong. This is a complete theft of our money. This is what I want people to understand. This is our money. When you pay your taxes, that money that you are paying is being stolen to pay for a vanity project in a ballroom or to renovate the Kennedy Center or whatever it is that this guy wants to do, instead of actually what it should be, which is paying your taxes so that you actually get something good back for it.
This is verbatim the message I've been screaming about for 6 months. This is all your money. I think this is a brutal message against MAGA. For decades, Republicans built their power around the idea that these elected officials in D.C. are wasting your tax money. They don't care about you. You pay these taxes. People who don't give a damn about you are going and spending the money on stuff. Democrats are spending money on researching, the sex patterns of titmice and whatever irrelevant thing they love to point out. Usually they misunderstand what it is, but they pull these random partially government funded projects and they go, this is what your tax money's going to. What Trump has now done, and Republicans have done that successfully to a degree, in that it's been politically effective. What Trump has now done is he's created an opening to turn that around against them. Trump is saying, hey, you're struggling with rent, you're struggling with groceries, childcare, healthcare, retirement account contributions. I need you to subsidize the arc of Trump and the reflecting pool and the Iran war and the tariffs and all of that stuff. And a lot of Democratic messaging kind of gets lost because it sounds ideological. This is not ideological. People understand, why am I paying for that? Wait a second. I worked, I paid taxes, and I only got to keep part of the money I earned. And then what is being done with my tax money? And Trump has sold himself as a businessman who knows how to manage money. But it's not being managed in a way that I think most people would agree with. So the political challenge is we need to connect every single vanity project, the golf trips where Secret Service rents out Trump's own resort and uses taxpayer money to funnel it into Trump's income, business income, the self-enrichment schemes, the slush fund, which I guess now is dead, all of that stuff. It's a single narrative. Your money is being wasted. People don't need to know constitutional law to understand that. That's what's great about it. My taxes shouldn't be going to a presidential ballroom. It shouldn't be going to a UFC arena on White House grounds or whatever the next, as they're calling it, vanity project is. That is a really powerful message. Notice how it's different than going Trump's evil, he's authoritarian. Those arguments are persuasive to some voters. I believe it's accurate to call Trump an authoritarian, but he's spending your tax money on himself. He's got billions and you don't. That can reach people who don't even really follow politics very actively. The MAGA coalition has a lot of voters who are not ideological conservatives. They're against waste. They're against the establishment. They're against, we're against politicians. We want a non-politician. I believe that group is very susceptible to messaging about how their money is being spent on this crap. So if Democrats can make every story about tariffs and the construction projects and crypto and family business dealings and golf and favoritism to donors about your money is being spent, he's taking your money and spending it on himself or giving it to his friends. I believe that that is a much more powerful message than every scandal being separate. Another day, another way in which Trump is taking your tax money and spending it on himself or his friends. And it ties in very well with the anti-corruption message that I've been talking about, which I think also can play well with less overtly political people and people who are maybe not such close followers of a lot of this stuff. It needs to be hammered on. And I know that there are people in my audience who have turned on AOC. There are people I hear from who go, oh, AOC, she now has gone establishment. She sold out. She's no longer for all of the things that she used to be for. No. I think AOC has actually locked in on a much more accurate perception or sense of what can really move voters in a way that allows them to remove Trump from power and remove MAGA from power in a proverbial neutering of their ability to reach voters. So I think AOC is making a lot more sense these days than she used to, and her political instincts have really developed very nicely. Identity theft usually does not start with some movie version of how hacking takes place. It's boring details that are easy to find. Your full name, current and former addresses, phone number, date of birth, employment history. If you put a bunch of that stuff together, people can then start to figure out, do I know your security answers to security questions? Can I open accounts in your name? This is why our sponsor Incogni exists. Incogni works to remove your personal info from the internet, places like people search sites, online directories, commercial databases. Incogni starts by removing your info from hundreds of the most well-known ones and will follow up until it's done. And if you Google yourself and find your info anywhere outside of this database of hundreds of these sites, you can submit a link to Incogni and they will do what's called a custom removal. All of these processes are independently verified by Deloitte, and you can get 60% off an annual plan at incogni.com/Pakman with the code Pakman. The link is in the description.